Today on Playmakers, Kansas volleyball goes down to the wire against Purdue, resulting in a loss despite a valiant effort from Reagan Cooper and 500th career kill from Aya El Nadi. A sold-out crowd at Horsch Family Volleyball Arena showed out for the season opener. Kansas soccer remained undefeated to start their season with the help of star midfielder Hallie Klenke, who is back with the Jayhawks after overcoming injury. Tonight's season opener for Kansas football has fans flashing back to December's triple overtime thriller at the Liberty Bowl. KU got to sip the bowl game Kool-Aid and now have even more motivation for the new season. We will come to you live from the Hill with more details on tonight's matchup versus Missouri State. I'm Tyler DiDomenico, and welcome back to Playmakers. This week, Sporting KC announced a new NIL program for local student athletes. 2 of the 5 athletes chosen were Jayhawks, one being Kansas soccer's Hallie Klenke, the other being starting running back Devin Neal. The Sporting U NIL initiative is designed to provide a platform for Sporting KC to celebrate and interact with homegrown athletes on college campuses across the Midwest. The athletes receive a financial stipend for social media engagement as well as tickets to home Sporting KC games this upcoming season. While the pitch and the gridiron got their love from Sporting KC, the court at Horsch Family Volleyball Arena got its love last night in a matchup against Purdue. Let's head into Courtney with more on KU volleyball.
Last night, women's volleyball had their home opener taking on Purdue in the first matchup of a 3-round tournament. Bill Self was in attendance, the vibes were immaculate, Horsch was sold out, and with the help of the crowd, the ladies were fired up. In set 1, Kansas defeated the Playmakers 25-17. The Jayhawks took the lead early on and refused to lose it. Aya El Nadi made a name for herself by getting her 500th career kill in this matchup. She approached the pass, tipped it over the net, and hit the floor unresponded. Her teammates hyped her up in the next timeout, and there were smiles all around for this exciting moment in her career. Set 2 was another fun one, starting out neck and neck. Unfortunately, Purdue snagged a lead about halfway through and resulted in the second set ending in favor of the Boilermakers 25-19. In between sets 2 and 3, the 2015 Kansas women's volleyball team was recognized for their admission to the Kansas Athletics Hall of Fame. This iconic group of women were a 2015 Final Four squad and celebrated a reunion in Horsch Family Volleyball Arena. Back to gameplay, in set 3, Kansas flipped it back around and dominated the court. The adrenaline, the power, the energy, it was insane. This set ended 25-16 in favor of our very own, setting the match at 2-1. Set 4 was another close one with both teams going point for point nearly the entire set. However, Kansas slipped behind and Purdue capitalized on it, ending the set 25-19 Purdue. Last but not least, set number 5. Let me tell you, I've never seen such an exciting 5th set of volleyball. Let me set the scene. The score is 14-13. Purdue secured the point for the win with a hit left unresponded, and Kansas decides to challenge the call as out of bounds. It gets looked over and they leave it in favor of Kansas. So now it's 14-14. The crowd is on their feet, the girls are hyped, and the game continues. The next play, Kansas loses the ball, setting it 15-14. Purdue again secures the point and they celebrate their win. If you thought it was over, think again. Kansas challenges the play, claiming Purdue touched the net. They look it over and again Kansas gets the call. At this point, it's all tied up again, 15-15. Purdue reclaims possession and 2 points later secures the win for the 3rd time. And without fail, Kansas challenges the call, this time claiming that Purdue touched the ball that went out of bounds. Unfortunately, they did not get the call and Purdue took the win 15-17 in the 5th set to give the Boilermakers a thrilling 3-2 victory. But don't worry, the fun continues tomorrow with Kansas challenging Marquette. I can't get too excited yet, but based on the looks of yesterday's game, you are not going to want to miss it. Now, sticking with our ladies' sports, Lindsey Ryan spoke with the emerging KU soccer star Hallie Klenke about her transition to KU and her recent successes on the field. Let's take a look.
The Jayhawks are 5 games in, and one player has begun to stand out. Despite coming back from an injury that kept her off the field for 2 years, Hallie Klenke has been putting in just as much work off the field as she has on the field to get back to playing shape.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of PT and that side of it, stuff that people don't see as much, and so I'm doing individual sessions, going over film when I couldn't practice, those small things that you might not see but definitely contribute.
Her work on both sides of the ball has been stellar so far and hasn't gone unnoticed by her coaches.
She's been great, and also, her work ethic defensively is fantastic, and she continues to be consistent with that.
Klenke attributes a big part of getting back onto the field to the patience and help from her coaches.
takes a while to get back. It's not always what it was at the start, and so just them giving time and having belief in me has helped so much.
Clanky currently leads the team in assists with 5 so far and is tied for leading scorer with 2 goals on the season. She tallied one of those goals and 2 assists against Colorado College last Sunday. Clanky was recently named an honorable mention by Top Drawer Soccer for its Women's Team of the Week. She is proving to be a true competitor and threat on the field so far. For Playmakers, I'm Lindsay Ryan.
KU Soccer will host the first border showdown of the year at Rock Chalk Park on Sunday. The 7 p.m. kickoff will be broadcasted on ESPN+. Energy on Mount Oriat is building with tonight's game on the horizon. Lauren is live outside the booth with more on the matchup. Lauren, how's it going?
Thanks, Tyler. That's right. The football team is looking to kick off its season with a win right here at Memorial Stadium against the Missouri State Bears in just under 7 hours. The Jayhawks have gained a lot of media attention from last season thanks to their explosive performance on offense. Jalen Daniels found himself in Heisman contention for the first 5 weeks of the 2022 season after leading Kansas to a 5-0 start before he injured his shoulder in Week 6. If Daniels is able to remain healthy, he is projected by some to be a Heisman finalist this year. Despite the triple overtime Liberty Bowl loss for the Jayhawks in December, Jalen and the team plan on building from this experience and using it as motivation for this year. With the bowl game experience under Kansas's belt, quarterback Jalen Daniels believes that is the confidence the team needs this year.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for us as the Jayhawks, we're never down. I feel like it doesn't matter what the situation is. We're going to keep on going onto the field and try to give it our last.
Running back Devin Neal says he and the team are hungry for what's ahead.
It gives us a sense of hunger for getting back to another bowl game, and we want to win a Big 12 championship, of course, and we have that hunger, and I'm just really excited to see this group of guys go out there and compete.
The media attention continues to rise for this offense as they have 10 of the 11 offensive starters back from last season. But the defense believes it's their time to step up and make a name for themselves. Here's how they plan on doing so. Senior safety Kenny Logan Jr. says the media doesn't really have effect on the defensive players.
Every day we're trying to make sure we're getting better, just to make sure we put our best foot forward and go out there and make sure we're complimenting our offense. But we're not really focused on everything that everybody's saying on the outside. We're focused on in-house stuff and just trying to have fun every day while we're doing it.
Defensive lineman Gage Keys has high expectations for the defense this year.
I think if we do our job and, we're super detailed in what we're doing, I think there's no way we can't succeed, just go out there and have fun and make plays.
Michigan State transfer Kalen Gervin shares his team goal for this season.
Take every game as itself, one game at a time. I think last year we got a little too ahead of ourselves, so this year, honestly, we're just focusing on each game as an individual. So that's our goal as a team.
The defense is ready and looking forward to putting on a show tonight in front of the fans who have been eagerly waiting for what they hope can be a winning season. Coach Leipold says that Jalen Daniels has been getting in his mental reps leading up to tonight's game. Now, we are still uncertain who will be the starting quarterback, but we know the team is ready for whoever takes that position. Make sure you guys pack the booth here tonight, and we'll see you all down here for the start of football season. Live from the Hill, I'm Lauren Ritchie.
Thanks, Lauren. Being back on campus has Jayhawks reminiscing on how magical last season was. A win tonight would certainly bring those memories back. After the break, we will move from KU Sports to the pros with some breaking news. Stay tuned. This week in baseball news was dominated by the Los Angeles Angels, which may come as a surprise considering their sub-500 record. However, Angels owner Artie Moreno decided to wave the white flag for good by releasing 5 starters from the roster on Tuesday. As of yesterday, all but one of those players has been claimed by playoff suitors. Less than 1 month ago, the Angels went all in on their playoff hopes by trading for pitchers Lucas Giolito and Ronaldo Lopez from the Chicago White Sox. Yesterday, the Cleveland Guardians claimed both of them in an effort to chase down Minnesota for the AL Central title. The Guardians also grabbed star reliever Matt Moore to bolster their bullpen. Outfielder Hunter Renfroe was claimed by Cincinnati, while his counterpart Randall Grichuk passed through waivers and will return back to the Angels. That locker room sure is going to be interesting in September. The Tampa Bay Rays own the second best record in the American League and have their sights set on a deep playoff run. However, one of their biggest stars is unlikely to join them. Barry has more on Wander Franco's situation.
Thank you, Tyler. In the world of baseball, the biggest headline of August has been Tampa Bay Rays shortstop Wander Franco. On August 14th, Franco was put on administrative leave for accusations of his involvement in a relationship with a minor. Since the initial accusation, there have been 2 more girls who have spoke up about Franco. The first girl said she was in a relationship with Franco and had pictures with him on social media, but her account has since then been deleted. At Tropicana Field, the home of the Rays, all Franco's signage, merchandise, and memorial has been removed. The move comes 5 months after Franco signed an 11-year, $182 million contract extension with the Rays. Franco is MLB's latest victim of the law. Earlier this year, Yankees pitchers Jimmy Cordero and Domingo German have been suspended for a total of 86 games for involvement in domestic abuse issues. Whether or not Franco will be suspended is still in the air. As he is still under investigation by MLB and Dominican authorities, in Franco's case, his involvement with the minor could warrant a more severe punishment. Next up, let's check in with Richie on one of UFC's best rising young stars.
Who comes to your mind first when you hear UFC? For some, it's the great John Jones. For others, it's the legend GSP. But for most, it's a 5'9" man from Dublin, Ireland, the notorious Conor McGregor. How could he not be the first person you think of? From his highlight reel finishes to his one-of-a-kind mic skills.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
McGregor completely changed the UFC forever and catapulted himself into becoming one of the most famous athletes of all time. The UFC was certain that McGregor was a once-in-a-lifetime superstar and that no one would ever reach his status. So far, they have been spot on. Well, until now. Sugar Sean O'Malley could easily reach McGregor's status in all facets of the game. After winning the Bantamweight Championship a couple weeks ago, people couldn't help but start the comparison between O'Malley and McGregor. It's hard to look at these two and not automatically compare them. I mean, they even have weirdly similar chest tattoos. Just like Conor, from his I knew it mentality.
Don't take me down in the first round, I'm going to knock you out.
So the judges, all 3 scored it for him, 10-9.
What did they score the second round?
To his incredible skill and jaw-dropping knockouts, Sean O'Malley has all UFC fans believing he's the next big thing. So after all of this, in a few years from now, when you hear the question, who do you think of when you hear UFC? Don't be surprised if your answer is the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley.
Thanks, Richie. Despite backlash from the NBA's elite, Noah Lyles made the news for his outstanding performances in the 100, 200, and 4x1 relay. On the women's side, 2 Dutch runners saw their winning hopes slip away as their feet slipped out from under them. Kara has more on the track and field World Championships.
Yeah, Tyler, there were some great highs of the week-long track meet, especially for Team USA, but there were also some unfortunate lows. Track and field athletes took to the track in August to compete against the best of the best at the World Athletics Track and Field Championships in Budapest. The one and only world and Olympic reigning 400 hurdler, Sydney McLaughlin-Laverne, was favored to win in the 400-meter race, as it was the race she has shifted her main focus to. Just before the championship started, McLaughlin-Laverne posted on her Instagram story, quote, "After consulting with my doctors and coaches, I need to take care of a minor knee issue so that I can be fully healthy for next year's Paris Olympics. I look forward to seeing everyone back on the track soon," end quote. Even without McLaughlin-Laverne, Team USA showed out as Sha'Carri Richardson won gold in the women's 100-meter dash with a time of 10.65 seconds. The women's USA team also won gold in the 4x100-meter relay. On the men's side, to no surprise, Noah Lyles won gold in his primary event, the 200, but this year he also decided to go for gold in the 100. Lyles achieved this goal with a time of 9.83 seconds and is the first athlete to win both the 100 and 200 at the World Championships since Usain Bolt in 2015. Both Lyles and Richardson helped USA to win the medal count with 29 medals, 19 of them being gold. Jamaica was second with 12 medals, while Kenya and Great Britain tied for third place with 10. While many athletes rose to the occasion, there were others that fell under the pressure, quite literally. Dutch runner Sifan Hassan neared the end of the 10,000-meter race, right next to Gudaf Tegay, from Ethiopia, but with just 40 meters left, Hazan tripped and fell. Looking at the replay, there did seem to be contact, but officials did not rule in favor of that, and Segei received the victory. The Dutch experienced deja vu as their anchor of the mixed 4x400 meter relay, Femke Bol, also tripped and fell just meters before the finish line. Luckily for the Dutch, she used this misfortune as motivation to take home gold in the 400-meter hurdles race, running a time of 51.70 seconds. Later that week, Bol also led the Netherlands to gold in the women's 4x400 relay. If you didn't get enough excitement from World Championships, don't you worry. The 2024 Summer Olympics are right around the corner and will start next July. Now, let's kick it back over to Tyler.
Thanks, Kara. That's all for the Pro Sports Block. After the break, Jackson is back with 2 new henchmen at the famous roundtable. Today's topic, Heisman hopefuls.
Welcome back to another season of Roundtable with Reed. I'm Jackson Reed, and I've brought the bromance over. It's Carson Shea and Richie Obaid, and today we're going to talk a little bit of Heisman hopefuls. College football starting this weekend. We had a little bit of Week 0 action last week, but this is our grid. This is kind of what we've got going on here. We've got our category of favorites, our category of maybes, and some long shots, and we're going to get a little crazy toward the end. But Richie, tell me who your favorite is for this year's Heisman.
Give me Michael Penix out of Washington. He had over 4,600 passing yards this year, top 15 in passing touchdowns with 31, and the 13th highest QBR in all of CFB.
Exactly. I mean, Michael Penix playing in that explosive Washington offense, plenty of weapons down there. They're going to have a great year for sure. But you're staying in the Pac-12, well, the Pac-12 for now, and you're taking last year's champion, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit of a basic answer right there, but I think Caleb Williams, best quarterback last year, no doubt. There's no reason why he can't do it again.
Exactly, and I am going to go down to South Carolina and take Cade Klubnik, the sophomore from Clemson, the MVP of their bowl game last year. The guy's got a lot of potential, and I love Clemson this year. They've got the best pass-catching back in the country in Will Shipley. They're going to have a good year down there in Clemson. Richie, you're maybe going with a linebacker, Harold Perkins.
Give me linebacker Harold Perkins. He's a monster. In his true freshman season last year, he had 7.5 sacks and forced 3 fumbles in a very small role at LSU. He's going to have expanded role this year. I mean, we saw in the game against Georgia, he had 10 tackles and forced a fumble. I think he's going to explode this year on the LSU defense.
LSU and Brian Kelly due for a good year. They've got Florida State, though, a tough test to open their season. Carson, you're going with Florida State, Jordan Travis. We're going to see both of these guys on Monday night.
I'm looking forward to seeing them play each other, but I think Jordan Travis is one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in all of college football. His running ability and his passing ability. He was great last year, but if he can stay consistent, I think he can do it.
For the value, I'm going to take Austin Reed, the quarterback out of Western Kentucky. This guy threw for 40 touchdowns and over 4,700 yards last year. This dude is going to be Western Kentucky's guy. Obviously, they're picked to finish #1 in the Conference USA polls. He's the guy. He's going to throw for 1 billion yards this year, probably more touchdowns. And Malachi Corley, obviously, he's on the front runner for the Biletnikoff Award. Richie, your long shot. Talk to me about DJ Uiagalelei, quarterback out of Oregon State.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a change of scenery, all right? And I think that's what DJ needs. Under Brian Lindgren's offense here at Oregon State, I think he's going to absolutely thrive. We saw flashes at him in Clemson, and I think he'll be able to really embrace that and make that an everyday play. So, yeah, I think he's got it, honestly.
Obviously had a ton of potential coming out of high school, and things didn't work out at Clemson, but a change of scenery. This guy has got it all working for him until he got hurt. Jalen Daniels out of Kansas. Tell me why he should win.
It is a little bit biased, I know, going with JD6, but I think one of us had to pick him. Last year he was amazing up until he got hurt. He was a top 10 Heisman candidate going into Week 5 until he got hurt against TCU. If the Jayhawks can stay good this year, if he stays healthy and they win 9 or 10 games, I know it's unrealistic, but if it happens, he could win it.
But it's a long shot for a reason. And that's why I'm going to go down here to Travis Hunter, cornerback and receiver out of Colorado, played at Jackson State last year. Not impressive stats, 2 picks, did return 1 for a touchdown. But if he can be a #1 target in Shedeur Sanders' offense, with Deion, obviously his dad, coaching, and then he can play at both ends of the ball, why not? Tell me why. And Colorado maybe wins a couple games this year, luck into a couple wins. I think Travis Hunter might have an outside chance here, and that's why he's my long shot. But now, let's talk some for real Heismans. We're going to Jack Jackson. He's going to break down some film of quarterback Bryce Young and Anthony Richardson. Jack, what's going on over there?
some interesting takes on the Heisman from our Knights at the Round Table. So now we're actually going to be talking about last year's Heisman winner, Bryce Young. We have some film on his NFL preseason games. We're going to be looking in and diving in deeper on what he's been doing. So Bryce has a tendency to take a one-step drop. On this, you'll see right here, he'll take a one-step drop, which makes your timing very hard, especially in the National Football League. Right here, you see that he's throwing off of his back foot and not very comfortable in the pocket. With this, it can cause a lot of inaccuracy in throws. Now, he completes this one to Adam Thielen for a good gain, but that's not going to happen a lot of times, especially when you're not at Alabama and you don't have top-tier talent around you all the time. Now, when we go to this next clip, we see right here that the Giants have 3 defenders over Carolina's 2 defenders. So Bryce should immediately go up to the top of the screen and find that receiver who, if you see, the cornerback's playing 20 yards off. So what Bryce does, though, he's having trouble reading the defenses at the next level. What does he do? He looks to the right and scrambles and panics, and he ends up throwing a bad incompletion over the middle. Now, we're going to go over to Anthony Richardson here in Indianapolis. He's looked phenomenal so far. The Colts have also been doing a great job giving him easy reads. As a young quarterback, it builds confidence. It makes the game go slower. So what the Colts do is they're going to do is RPO here on the right side. Watch this linebacker right here. Once he moves forward, Anthony Richardson is going to hit this receiver with a slant over him. So if you see right here, boom, linebacker goes in, he's going to hit that slant right over the middle. So that's a quick, easy read for a young quarterback. Very good job by the Colts. And then this is what everyone has been raving about this kid when he was coming into the draft. His arm. He is a cannon of an arm. We saw it when he hit the top of the indoor, and we see it here. So his inside tight end right here is going to run a corner route. His receiver on the top is going to run a go route, and once that cornerback leaves, once he escapes, he leaves all this green grass right here. Now with that green grass, Anthony Richardson is going to put the ball right there. But great coverage by the DB. He's right on him. So what does Anthony Richardson do? Throw it right where only his receiver can get it. And that's why I think Anthony Richardson has a very promising future in this league. Bryce Young can be good, but he's not showing it right now. And we're going to keep it in the NFL as we're going to toss it to Tyler and Chad with NFL Trivia.
Thanks for some fantastic analysis, Jack. We are back with some more quarterback stuff. We're going to finish off the show with some trivia today. 60-plus passing touchdowns from 2000 to 2019. We're going to put our brains together and see if we can make this thing happen. Okay, so we got 2 minutes. So when I start it, the 2:04 is going to be our time. We go as fast as we can. You ready?
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
We got it.
Okay, first one, Breeze. If I could type.
Brady.
Brady.
Manning.
That's going to get both of them. There we go.
Rivers.
Rivers, duh. Rodgers.
A-Rod.
A-Rod, your baby. Oh, we have to spell Roethlisberger.
Oh, no.
Bang!
Oh, we got
First
it.
try.
We got it.
Atlanta, Matt Ryan. Carson Palmer. Favre. Oh, God. Detroit, Stafford. Duh.
Romo in Dallas.
Tony Romo, baby. QB number 9.
Your baby.
Denver, Chicago, Miami.
This is
Jay Cutler.
No.
Bang! Seattle, Russell Wilson.
That's surprising.
Philadelphia, Washington, Minnesota. Is that McNabb? Bang! Baltimore, Denver.
Joe Flacco.
Green Bay, Seattle, Tennessee, Indianapolis. Who is this? So we have 4 left. We got to get the bottom 4. We have a minute to get the bottom 4.
It can't be Matt Flynn.
Matt Flynn?
Matt Hasselbeck, maybe?
We're going to get the ball. We're going to take the ball and we're going to score. Is that what we're going with? Hasselbeck. There we go! Who's this guy? This guy played for every single team. Okay, Andy Dalton is Cincinnati. Yep.
Okay.
San Francisco, Kansas City, Washington. Oh, Smith. Alex Smith.
Alex Smith.
Who's the last one?
Oh!
He played.
Cam Newton.
No, what? Cam Newton didn't play for the Jets.
I'm looking at 182.
Oh, was it Tyrod Taylor? Absolutely
Stop
not.
that.
That was an idiotic answer.
That
30
is
seconds.
Fatherless behavior.
St. Louis. Jeff Garcia?
How about Matt Fitzpatrick?
Matt Fitzpatrick? Yeah. Isn't it? It's Ryan
Wait, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm on my golf stuff right now.
Oh, my God. Matt, is he a golfer? I don't
He
know
is
who
a
that
golfer.
is.
U.S. Open champ.
Bang! Top 20. We had like 4 seconds left. That was wild. Oh, yeah, the guy who played for every single team. Of course it was not Matt, but Ryan.
That was eventful, to say the least.
Eventful. Perfect. You want to set us off?
Thank you for joining us on the first Playmakers show of the semester. Don't forget to follow us on our socials at PlaymakersKU, where you can find more content on the sports world as we see it. Remember, it's not about the game you played, but the plays you made. See you next time.